In this video, I will show the evidence how feminists defend female paedo towards boy victim, while at the same time, one man who been accused as paedo towards girl to be get punishment, heavy punishment immediately. So there is a case of female paedo towards a boy victim from Jambi, right? And at that time when the case pop up, I checked several feminist Instagram, right? And most of them like silence. Like I checked it a week later, something like that. I forgot the exact day, but I don't see they spoke about it, right? And then like months later, this feminist Instagram talk about that issue, the female paedo from Jambi, right? But instead of talking about how boys suffer, how the female paedo is a pervert that must be punished, they talk about how this female paedo is not a paedo and actually a quote-unquote victim. And this feminist Instagram accused the boy as a quote-unquote rapist. Now, I must say, it's not only one feminist, okay? This feminist use Instagram collaboration, right? So they do several feminists, and they get source that support their propaganda from another feminist or pro-feminist media, right? So I would say there is many feminists who apply hypocrisy, like kabarsejuk, KONDECO, Indonesiafeminis, Kompas, and BBC Indonesia as usual. The funny thing is, while in super passion making two posts about how we should listen to what female paedo said, okay, and ignore what boy victim said, right? Trying to frame the opposite, that it's the boy who quote-unquote raped the adult woman, right? Minimize the pervertness of this female paedo, minimize the sufferness of boy victim, and downplay it, right? While at the same time, beside that two posts, they also post about how men who've been accused as paedo shouldn't be listened, doesn't care what his argument, he already been accused as paedo, okay, so he must immediately be punished. And as usual, feminists want heavy punishment, right? Zero tolerance. Think about girl trauma. Now I know feminists will try to counter me, right, by saying, but the female paedo is actually a victim and it's a boy who truly a rapist, right? Especially if that is the court result that somehow suit their agenda. Okay, I will answer that doesn't matter anymore. What we must remember is when this feminist post it, right, both of the case female paedo from Jambi who raped boy and case of male who been accused as paedo towards girl, both still in the progress at the court, right? But the feminists, while saying we must listen to this female paedo, at the same time say we must not listen to what men who been accused as paedo say, right? Remember, both still in the progress at the court, right? And this feminist, while saying that the boy is a rapist and they don't listen to what boy victim said, they turn around and say we must listen to what victim said, the girl, right? Do you see the hypocrisy? Another double standard that pissed me off from this anti-paedo mainstream, like anti-trans, anti-woke, right-wing conservative threadcon, Abrahamic religious bigot, feminist and its superhero dude, is about consent issues. While they preach to me like crazy about how girl couldn't consent, even if in my observation, girl or teenager girl who curious to sleep with men do exist, right? They will say girl couldn't consent and okay, right? But now when the case is boy victim by female paedo, right? They turn around and easily say, right, oh, the boy must want it or the boy is lucky. And even this feminist media said the boy is the one who is a rapist. You see? I remember reading feminist book, or when I joined feminist Zoom for spy, right? Feminists alone admit that there is a girl who curious to sleep with men, but they feminists still count her as a victim and still count the man as a paedo, right? So why now double standard, right? And also, why this anti-PDF mainstream, without interview the boy, fastly jump to conclusion that all boys do enjoy? No, there do a boy who trauma. If you see in here screenshot, the feminist argument to defending and normalize female paedo towards boy victim, like we must listen to the female paedo, or like not listen to the boy victim, simply accuse the boy, right, and blaming other non-feminist media, right, for on side with the minor boy. Actually, it's the opposite from what feminists alone preach. If the gender were reversed, right? Before they always say like, if it is a girl, they talk about rape culture, the normalization. Now they alone normalize. They alone is the one who in front trying to normalize this female paedo towards boy victim by saying like, media should not side with the boy, but side with the female paedo. Listen to the paedo if it is a female gender, right? And if it's a girl, they talk girl trauma, but now they talk about trauma. Feminists alone use how aboutism here. They talk about how her husband abused her. These feminists twice said that the parent of the boy who quote-unquote raped both of the parents and the boy should be lynched because they doesn't understand the feeling of the female. Imagine if the gender were reversed. A man said that the parents and the girl should be lynched.